Charlie Lang is a great policeman of New York City. He is loved by the locals. His wife, Muriel, isn't satisfied with his cop job, saying it doesn't win them enough money. His friend and coworker Beau hangs with him everywhere. He's his best buddy. Charlie was helping people around in New York City, helping the blinds cross the streets, teaching the children how to behave. At the same moment, a woman named Yvonne is in court because she has $12,000 in debt. She tries to explain that it's her husband that spent this money, but the judge is not buying this and says that as long as there was not an official declaration of divorce, he can't help her. He stamps her paper with bankruptcy. In the bathroom, Charlie and Muriel argue. She's complaining about the lack of money they have and how much she hates the apartment they're in, but thinks it's fine. He even likes it. So to try and get out of this misery, Muriel asks Charlie to buy a lotto ticket. She says she had that dream and that it meant they would win. And even though Charlie knows how little their chances of winning are, he accepts to do so. When he goes out of the house, he meets with his friend Beau. That blames him for buying it, as the queue is very long. They decide to go eat at the restaurant in front, where Yvonne works as a waitress. She goes and serves Charlie and Beau. A radio call forces them to leave before the arrival of their meals, and as Charlie is about to pay the bill, he realizes he doesn't have enough for a tip. So he says to Yvonne that if he wins the lottery with the ticket he bought, he'll come back tomorrow and give her half of it, to which she says that he'll never come back if that happens. The night of the same day, Charlie is playing baseball with the children of his city, spending some good time with them, until this moment is interrupted by his wife who calls him to eat. Charlie puts his feet in a bucket of water, which absolutely disgusts his wife. She's very aggressive towards him, but Charlie never answers back. And it's time for the Lotto results. Charlie got the numbers that Muriel suggested wrong, but that mistake happens to be a benediction, as they have all the numbers correct. They won the lottery. Meanwhile, Yvonne is struggling with her bank. She can't pay her debt and struggles to even pay rent. Charlie informs Muriel of what he promised to Yvonne, but she tries to persuade him to not give the money. But next thing tomorrow, he's in front of the restaurant she works in. Beau messes with him, saying that it's absurd to do that, but Charlie gave her his word. So he steps inside and looks for her. She's very busy, as there are a lot of clients in there, and her boss is tyrannizing her. Charlie says he has a gift for her, and it was a chain for her glasses, as she always forgets where she put them. Eventually, Charlie tells her he won $4 million in the lottery, and at first, she thinks it's a poor joke. But seeing how serious he was, she starts dancing and serving ice cream in the restaurant. This story makes the first page of every journal. The cop who tipped $2 million. Muriel didn't wait long to start spending her money, as she went to all the clothing stores and bought more than she'll ever wear. But she is not willing to share it, as she doesn't even let Charlie give money to the homeless, saying that he's wasting their money. Muriel was having the time of her life, until animal activists came and splashed her with red paint for wearing animal fur. Yvonne kept a simple lifestyle. Her habits didn't change much. She still buys her groceries at the same place. After she got home, she found countless messages of friends wanting to talk to her, but Yvonne simply doesn't answer them. Until Yvonne's husband contacts her again. He's obviously after her money, and she knows it. She asks him to not call her again and hangs up the phone. Meanwhile, Charlie complains to Beau about how people change around him. He didn't change a bit, but people see him differently. They stop by a local shop to get coffee. Charlie gets in and orders his 2 coffees, and smells something fishy. He quickly realizes the store is being robbed. Charlie plays it off like he didn't notice and leaves the shop to go enter by the back door. He tells Beau to stay in the front so they can't escape. Charlie, with the help of the diversion of a client, bravely arrests the robbers, and without shooting, to avoid injuring them, even though one of the robbers managed to shoot him in the arm. He is rewarded with the Medal of Courage for his heroic behavior and sense of courage. He does a speech where he says he'll take some vacation from the job, and that he'll donate $10,000 to charity, which obviously upsets his wife. Charlie goes home, and he sees it under construction. His wife introduces him to his new accountant, and she says that he'll help them manage their money. Muriel wants to move from New York City. She wants another place and sell this one. Charlie says to her that he wants to stay here, and he asks her where is his chair. She answers she threw it away. Meanwhile, Yvonne bought the restaurant she was working in, and happily serves everyone there, and tries to please every customer. Charlie offers Beau a subscription to all the Knicks games for the year. While Yvonne and Charlie use their money to make the world around them better and the people happier, Muriel chooses to use it for her own happiness, not caring about the others. Charlie and Muriel go to a boat party, and as Muriel discusses with crooked businessmen about how to make a lot of money, Charlie sees Yvonne trying to pay for her taxi. He leaves the boat and goes to help her. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the boat leaves without Charlie and Yvonne, leaving them alone. They decide to go have dinner together. They both talk about their past, how they're not satisfied with their current lover. Yvonne proposes to Charlie to dance, which he gladly accepts. They both enjoy the moment, even though Charlie feels a little awkward. After they finish dancing, they start walking again, and they exchange a few words about how comfortable they feel around each other. And Yvonne proposes Charlie to see each other again tomorrow. He happily accepts. The boat came back. Charlie goes on board and picks up his wife Muriel, who got flirty with the businessman. She was acting all big and important. The next day Charlie met with Yvonne, and they did rollers together. And if Yvonne was used to them, it was a whole other story for Charlie. He went downhill and didn't know how to brake, and he ended up in a dirty lake. After that, they decided to go to the metro, and they paid for everyone's ticket there. They also rented a baseball stadium, where they invited all the youngsters of Charlie's neighborhood, with whom he used to play baseball. Altogether, they spent a wonderful moment, a sincere one. But as soon as they come back, problems strike both of Charlie and Yvonne. Charlie's wife throws his clothes through the window and blames him for paying everyone's metro ticket. She thinks that he'll never change and that he'll keep wasting her money. She says she wants a divorce. And Yvonne's husband came back in her life asking for money. He wanted to open a big restaurant with the price of $50,000. He was waiting for her in her own apartment, and she didn't even want to talk to him. So she told him she'll leave for now, and if she finds him back when she returns, she'll call the cops. So both Charlie and Yvonne are going to the same hotel, the Plaza. They see each other there, but Yvonne had already took an individual chamber. Yvonne goes and knocks on Charlie's door, and after a quick small talk, they passionately kiss and spend the night together. In the morning, they leave their chambers together. But as soon as they cross the door of the hotel, a horde of journalists intercepts them and ask them about their relationship. Charlie meets Muriel's lawyers, where they discuss the terms of their divorce. Charlie accepts to give his money, totaling $1 million. But when he heard that they were going for Yvonne's money too, he couldn't stand it and chose to fight back. Due to these events, he can't see Yvonne yet, until all this case settles down. It's court day. Charlie's lawyer tries to prove that Charlie chose the lotto numbers, but through a sophisticated lie orchestrated by Muriel's lawyer, she manages to convince the court that she was the one who chose the numbers, even though it is blatantly false. The next day, Muriel's lawyer asks harassing questions to Charlie, asking if he ever hit her. He repeats the question many times, until Charlie says that once he grabbed her by the arm, which is enough for the newspaper to say that he was abusive. The next day, Muriel's lawyer convinces the jury that Yvonne is a gold digger, and that she's married to a man and loves another. The jury gives back his verdict, and Muriel wins. She won everything. Yvonne bursted out of the courtroom, running as fast as she can, and while Charlie tried to catch her back, journalists stopped his progression. Yvonne was crying, and Muriel has the nerve to say to the journalists that justice was done. Charlie tried to go to Yvonne's house, but after knocking and seeing no answer, he went back to Beau's place to sleep. But he couldn't. He simply couldn't sleep as he was thinking of Yvonne. Charlie then went to Yvonne's restaurant, where he found her crying. She felt guilty for the loss of money, as she thinks that she ruined Charlie's life. But he tells her that he got her, and that this is the most beautiful gift she gave him and anyone ever gave him. A homeless man knocks on the door of the restaurant, asking for a hot meal. Yvonne and Charlie gladly serve him, but he wasn't who he pretended to be. He was a journalist. And the next day in the morning, there was an article about the heartwarming couple, and a donation call. Charlie and Yvonne went to the restaurant a last time to say goodbye to the place, but they found the gate opened, and the door was heavy. It was because of the pile of letters behind it. At first, they thought this was a mistake, but they quickly realized that all the letters were destined for them. A global effort took place in the city. Everyone was raising funds for Lotto couple, the cops of the city, the firemen, and even the small shops. It took them 3 days to open all the letters, and there was the equivalent of $600,000 worth of tips. In the end, Yvonne's ex-husband still works as a taxi man. Charlie worked as a cop again. As this was the job he liked, Yvonne got to keep her restaurant and work at the place of her dreams, and Muriel married the crooked businessman from earlier, who ripped her from all her money before disappearing. But most important of all, Yvonne and Charlie got married.